Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is LK Live, your daily pro wrestling news shows for the 5th of January, 2017. Lots to talk about today, which is a really strange one. It's a Thursday, so I wasn't expecting much to talk about. However, we got some Wrestle Kingdom 11. I'm going to kind of review that as I wasn't fully functional during the review yesterday, so we can talk about that more. I can talk about TNA Impact Wrestling on a story I covered on KocoSports.net, as I'm now a writer and content provider for the actual website now. That's KocoSports.net, so go check that out right now for the latest in news in professional wrestling. Also, we got WWE signing recruits, Ring of Honor signees. You've got a TNA wrestler being used for the WUK tournament. Also going to break down the participants in that WUK tournament. We're going to talk about Goldberg potentially working the Fastlane pay-per-view, which is in between WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble and after Elimination Chamber. Chris Jericho, an update on his WWE status, as well as a new UFC commentator. Now, I'm in 2017 going to try and get involved a lot more into watching UFC and more mixed martial arts due to the fact I'm now writing for KocoSports.net, and that's a, fucking mixed martial arts company as well as boxing, sumo wrestling, the home for combat sports. So we'll talk about Wrestle Kingdom. Now, if you haven't watched New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom 11, I advise you to go purchase New Japan World for 999 yen, which is about £8 and $8, or about £7.50. So you got yourself a great deal there, and it's like the network, so you get all the archives, all the old shows, live shows, at least 3 shows a month, maybe 1 pay-per-view a month as well. I'm in the middle of New Japan New Year Dash, which I'll be reviewing tomorrow with Wrestle Talk SOS, as well as a TNA Impact Wrestling review tomorrow. But tonight we're going to do LK Live, and then also the Lucha Underground review, Booms. So Wrestle Kingdom 11 last night. I came home from work about 11. I was going to watch my friend with my friend fucking fell asleep. I was ringing him. I looked like a fucking imbecile. I had some drinks laid out on the table, and it was all going to plan, and he just didn't turn up. But he watched it today, and he loved Omega and Okada. So just going to break down the results for people who maybe didn't watch Wrestle Kingdom, and if so, just to relive the memory and re-jog the memory of how fucking amazing this show was. And again, I'm using KocoSports.net as the source for this. Links in the description box below. Oh, Jesus Christ. We had Michael Elgin winning the New Japan Rumble. That was nice of him. Scott Norton is one of the participants involved, and he was also on the New Year's Dash in a 10-man tag, and it's insane the shape he's in. He's not in great shape, but he's in decent enough shape. He's not in Billy Gunn shape. He was also in it, but still in decent enough shape. Tiger Mask W, which was Kota Ibushi versus Tiger the Dark ACH. Now, on the night, I didn't really enjoy it. I said on the Wrestle Kingdom 11 review from yesterday, I didn't particularly enjoy this match, and I went back and watched it again, more wide awake this time. And I'm going to be honest, I enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first time watching. Maybe because my expectations were too high going into Wrestle Kingdom. I don't really know, but maybe because it's Ibushi and ACH, where I'm thinking, oh my god, this is going to be absolutely amazing, no spot fest. But like Granton said on the show yesterday, they got to pace themselves. They can't go out there and have a 5-star match when there's the 5 or 6 stars, which I'll talk about later on with Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. So really, okay match. Then we had Roppongi Vice, which is Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. They defeated the Young Bucks to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles in another good match. Los Ingobernables de Japón. I think I may have got that right. If I got that right, that's going to be a video clip of its own. LK gets it right. I probably slaughtered it a little bit. But anyway, Evil, Snyder, and Bushi. They defeated Finlay, Kojima, Ricochet, Fat Fuck Fale, which is Triple F, Adam Page, who I am a big fan of, that Adam Page. I didn't get enough credit. I kind of left the review at this point because I was just so battered and tired. But I think he is really, really good. And I think he could have a good year in Ring of Honor this year. I think 2016, when we look back in Ring of Honor, we may talk about maybe the rise of Donovan Dijak. I think 2017, we will be saying that Adam Page will be that, and Yujiro Takahashi. They also defeated Will Ospreay, Yoshihashi, and Jado, to win the Never Openweight 6-man tag titles. Now, Dave, yesterday on the show, he talked about, having the 6-man titles to, give something to do for the wrestlers who are regularly involved in the 6-man tag. None of these wrestlers really are. The proper route of the 6-man tags are the Kojimas, the Finleys, the Ligers, the Tiger Masks, those type of wrestlers. So let's have the belts on them. And how about you can only have those belts defended in the first half of the show? Maybe a little ranking system, I don't know. But it was an okay match. Cody defeated Juice Robinson. I really, really enjoyed this. Again, expectations were fairly low. I'm not really a fan of Juice Robinson. I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes, and I think he's done a great job this year in revitalizing, well, not revitalizing, because his career was kind of dead in WWE. Let's call a spade a spade. His career was dead. You know, he was doing nothing. He was stardust. I mean, this year alone, he did Wrestle Kingdom. He done Final Battle. He done Bound for Glory from TNA, and he also done WrestleMania. I don't think that'll ever be done ever again. I mean, I'll be shocked if that ever gets done again. I'll be very shocked. My prediction is that this will never, ever be done again. But it was an okay match. Cody got the win. Who knows if Cody's going to go back for more? If he just wanted to do the fucking Wrestle Kingdom and go. Who the fuck knows? Then you had Chaos, which is Tomohiro Ishii and the pedophile Toru Yano defeating the Gorillas of Destiny and the Great Bash Heels to win the IWGP World Tag Team titles in a match that I didn't really mind. It wasn't great. The swearing was a bit outrageous. And if they're trying to take over the world and you don't want parents going, oh no, I can't watch that now because my kids are up. You know, just because it's in Japan doesn't mean the Americans or the English should go over there and just curse. You know, do you reckon the Japanese officials there realize how much they're cursing? Because if they don't actually understand what a curse is and they're thinking they're going out there and saying, come on, and they're actually saying, fuck you, prick, motherfucker. You know, I don't know if that's the case, but they really need to tone that down. And then from here on out, you had, in my eyes, a 3.5, a 4-star, a 4-star, and a 5-star. So our 3.5 was Hiromu Takahashi defeating Kushida to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now, my star system, I actually use all the time in my notes. Now, this is LK Live, so it's a bit more loosey-goosey. I'll actually show you my notes that I took for Wrestle Kingdom, actually, so it won't be that too bad if I got my notes just down here. Now, my star system is just 1 to 5. I'm not Dave Meltzer going for 6. Now, I know it was a fucking phenomenal match, but it wasn't 6. You can see I always do star ratings at the bottom there. So in the end of the day, I always do them. Sometimes I don't say them because I don't want to seem like a nerd. Like, hey, what do you think that star rating is? So if you like the star rating idea, I think I'm going to use it a lot more because I really do like the star rating. Because then when I look back and say, hey, what was the match of the night? You can just go pinpoint it just by looking at the amount of stars you give it. So 3.5, 4, 4, and 5. This was a good match. This Takahashi Kushida, it was more brutal than I anticipated. I was expecting maybe a spot fest, but you know, when it's Kushida, you're like, no, it's not going to be a spot fest because he's not really a spot fest guy. He's just a great wrestler. He's a good worker, and I don't think he would do well in Lucha. I don't see him as a Lucha wrestler. I don't really think he would probably do well in WWE Cruiserweight division because the Cruiserweight division is just full of nothing. Like, when I anticipated the Cruiserweight division, I was expecting, okay, high flyers and maybe some technical guys. They've got technical guys, they got brawlers, they got strong star, they got, you know, nothing like a Brian Kendrick, that WWE style like Brian Kendrick and Daivari. And then you got like the extraordinary, whatever, technical Jack Gallagher. There's no high flyers apart from, you know, Graham Metalik and whoever the fuck not Tajiri. Tajiri's a WWE star. There's another guy. My fucking brain is just brain farted there, and I'll get back to you when I actually fucking Akira Tozawa. Apologies, he's that high flying style. But back in the day with the cruiserweights, especially in WCW, now we bring this up a lot. I think WCW cruiserweights got it spot on and nailed on the head because what they did, they went out there, they had spot fests, and then on the pay-per-views, they just had great matches. You know, sometimes spot fests are good builds to matches because you're getting people excited. You know, the spot fest, you know, the crowd, instead of going, yeah, this is awesome. This is what they'll be going, yeah. They wouldn't have time to chant, this is awesome. You know, that's what they should do. Instead, they go, yeah, and it is killing the crowd. Now, it's not their fault they're booked for, like, on 205 Live for 15-minute matches. The main event should be 15 minutes. You should have about 5-6-minute matches that are just pure spot fests. I guarantee you that show will be over like Rover within the end of 2 weeks. And people will be excited for the pay-per-view matches from it. Like, I don't even know if there's a pay-per-view match announced for the Rumble with the Cruisers, because I didn't even watch 205 Live this week. I don't think I want to. Anyway, we'll move on. Goto versus Shibata, as Goto defeated Shibata, to win the Never Openweight Championship in a really good physical style match. If you're a fan of, you know, the Japanese strong style, I think you really would have enjoyed that match, and I really recommend that one. That was the match I was most excited for. It definitely delivered. Naito defeated Tanahashi to retain the IWGP Intercontinental title in another good match. Some people prefer this to the Okada Omega. I enjoyed it. It was a 4-star match, better than anything you'll probably see in WWE until the Rumble. But I don't know, just something to me, I'm such a little bitch when it comes to my star rating systems. I'm really a bitch. Like, I'm really tough. Like, from 0 to 2, it's really easy. From 2 to 3, meh. From 3 to 4, really difficult. 4 to 5 is very difficult. Like, I'm extremely tough to get a 5-star match or a 4-star. Don't think, oh, you're burying that match. No, that's really high in my mind. And then Okada defeating Kenny Omega to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship is a 5-star match. Lots of people didn't like it. I mean, the only people I can picture not liking this are people who've heard they didn't watch it live and they heard the praise this match got. They went online and saw Dave Meltzer gave this 6. So they were expecting something maybe completely different. But in the end of the day, it was a great match, told a great story. Omega got over. That was crucial. Omega got over in defeat. That is possible. If the match is that good, he's going to be over. Now, we know New Japan will be doing shows in August in America. If I believe they're non-G1 shows, or maybe they're like qualifiers for the G1, but I'm really excited for that. I hope, just imagine this. Say in, 10 years, they do one show in each major country. So they do, when I mean major wrestling country. So they do one in America, they do one in the UK, they do one in Mexico, and then they do the rest in, maybe one in Puerto Rico, and then do the last one and the last remaining ones in Japan. Because you still want to stick with your Japan fan base, but every now and then, fuck it, give pay-per-view. Like, instead of doing this G1, give a pay-per-view to America, give a pay-per-view to UK, give a pay-per-view to Mexico, and anywhere else you want. Stop WWE's takeover, because WWE are trying to take over the fucking world. They're trying to get a WWE UK. They are really trying to get a WWE China. They're going to get a WWE Hong Kong. They're going to get WWE Belgium, WWE Belarus, WWE Gandhi's penis. They are really trying to take over the world. And the best way of stopping that, New Japan. They are my grace and my saviors, I hope, in this world. Kenny Omega, I respect the guy. He's going on interviews saying, look, I don't want to go to WWE. The WWE title, he said in interviews been like a hot potato. Don't pretend to agree with that, but he's trying to build the point that don't talk about me going to WWE. If you think I'm that good, support New Japan. That is the key there. That was amazing. I can't remember who tweeted that. Someone tweeted that, and I retweeted it on my Twitter. You can follow me at LK Wrestling. I'll follow you back. And I remember just being, yes, that is the money. Instead of, us coming on here and saying, oh, who do we think should be brought into NXT? Who do we think should be, they're that good? How about we go and support the people who are that good? Make that company even greater. Now, Omega, I pray he stays there. I pray he develops more. He's developed into a heck of a wrestler. Like, some people don't like him. I don't understand why. I think he's absolutely incredible, but everyone has an opinion. And guess what? They are entitled to that opinion. So there you go. There's a little mini New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 11 breakdown. So again, I'm using KocoSports for this because I wrote it. TNA Impact Wrestling has been acquired by Anthem, and Dixie Carter has been stepping down as chairman ahead of the tapings that took place tonight, as they did a semi-live TNA Impact Wrestling show. They're also doing a live pay-per-view tomorrow, in case you didn't realize that. I might be covering that. Wait, no, I can't do that. That's a Saturday, isn't it? So I might be able to cover it, but it might be on the Sunday. So that being said, Anthem released a press release. I don't want to read you all, so I'm just going to break down what I put anyway. So Anthem, they did release a press release stating they have acquired TNA Wrestling, as they are now the majority owner and have the majority interest of the company. And Dixie Carter will be stepping down as chairman, and she'll be doing something along the board of Fight Media Group, but she'll still have a minority stakeholder in TNA, but nothing to go home about. And the main story, Dixie Carter and Dutch Mantel, former Zeb Coulter, they are at TNA. Jeff Jarrett was signed. A ProWrestlingSheet.com reported this. No affiliation at all. Just they deserve the publicity for reporting it. And whoever that guy is who does Pro Wrestling Sheet, great journalist. That Jeff Jarrett and Dutch Mantel were both in the building. So Jeff Jarrett apparently. Okay, so Jeff Jarrett owns Global Force. Okay, now this is a really, really interesting one, which I think is going to be very, very interesting to cover in the next coming weeks, months. I think that Jarrett becoming a consultant for TNA. There's Vince Russo joining him, but we'll pray that won't happen. So you got Dutch Mantel going with him. Dutch Mantel used to be the writer with Jeff Jarrett back in TNA's prime. And now you got Jeff Jarrett back. Anthem brings him in. Do they say, look, if you look after our company, TNA, we'll pop you on television in America, in Canada, and we'll put you on the Fight Network app so you can be seen in America and UK. Is that the deal that they've got? Instead of paying Jeff Jarrett, they're going to say, hey, look, we'll give you a TV deal. Is that what's going to go on? And then they can have, this big network of companies on television. Is that their goal? Who knows? I'm excited to see this goal because I wonder if Global Force is going to get on television. Is that the deal? Or is Jeff Jarrett fucking Global Force Wrestling saying, hey, look, we'll go back to TNA. But he's just a consultant for the time being. At least that's what the website's reporting. Just very fascinating and interesting to see how this one develops, and I'm really excited. I'm happy as fuck that whore Dixie Carter's getting the fuck out of here. She needed to be deleted from TNA. She's a minority stakeholder, but it just means if the company's successful, she'll make a bit of dough. But apart from that, I'm extremely happy she's gone, and I'm actually excited for TNA tonight. TNA is right now airing on Pop TV, so once it's finished, don't go actually, because we're doing a Lucha Underground review, so watch it tomorrow like I am. I'm going to get up and watch it. I've got to finish New Year's Dash, and I'm actually excited for the show tomorrow. When I watch it, I generally am excited because it's a new TNA, it's a fresh start. They're still in that shitty Impact Zone, which pisses me off because the crowd there aren't the TNA fans. They're people who go to Universal Studios and then see a sign that says wrestling. They're like, oh, okay, I'll go there. It's like they've been queuing up for the Jurassic Park ride. They got on that, they're bars, and they're like, oh, look, wrestling. Oh, shit, it's TNA. Oh, fuck, I can't get out. The queue's too long. No, I'm joking. I just hope that they do have a good show. I'll be reviewing it tomorrow. Excited to review it tomorrow, and who knows where they're going to go from here. Hopefully they get their Pop TV deal renewed, but that's that. We'll talk about Ring of Honor now. Ring of Honor officials are expecting Kyle O'Reilly and Ray Rowe to leave the company and head to WWE. Ring of Honor is also expecting Adam Cole to head to WWE in May. However, from a legal standpoint, he's not even allowed to negotiate with them until May the 1st, 2017. Bobby Fish was offered a WWE deal. However, he decided to turn it down and to stay with Ring of Honor. So that's good for Ring of Honor. At least they got Bobby Fish. But Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole would be a huge, huge, huge blow to Ring of Honor. That's their main event of their biggest show of the year that happened about a month ago. They're going to be gone. What's left? WWE is killing this company. What they're going to do? Bobby Fish versus Yoshihashi in the main event of Final Battle next year. Who have you got? And they're shit. I love Ring of Honor as the next guy, but they're shit at building stars. Like, I think they're awful. They could do Donovan Dijak, get him over. Michael Elgin left. They're all leaving. If you look at Ring of Honor's roster, who the fuck have they got left? Dalton Castle. I mean, he's going to have to move up. I mean, they've still got Jay Lethal. Now I'm expecting them to give the belt back to Jay Lethal. That's what I'm thinking. And a big, long Jay Lethal, Donovan Dijak program could be interesting, but it's just really worrying to see him all go. Hanson, though Ray Rowe's tag partner, he might not go to WWE, and then hopefully we get Hanson pushed because I think he's really good. Anyway, WWE signed 3 Chinese wrestlers. Of course, they signed, are you ready for the butchering of this? Sai Zai, Yaifeng, and Bing Boa. Okay, so here's a little background on these guys. Xia Zhou is the first Chinese woman to sign a developmental contract with the WWE. She's the co-founder of her own fitness. I don't give a shit about that. Yifeng, he is an actor from Shanghai. Okay, oh, fucking hell. Big Boa is a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So these guys have no training in pro wrestling. Just, oh my God, the China. So what they're going to do now is they're going to build these people up, and then they're going to do a WWE China company. That's what's going to happen. They're building them up to try and take over the world. They're going to have a company in every country in the world. It makes me extremely sad. They are monopolizing this industry, and I don't like it. That's why I will be watching all the alternatives. This weekend, I'm going to watch the Full Impact Pro show, as well as the Style Battle show from Flow Slam, and reviews of those shows will both be on this channel live after they air. I don't want this industry to just become WWE, because if it does, and then I say, fuck it, I'm not watching Raw anymore, I'll have NXT and SmackDown to watch once a week, and then I'll just be going back on the archives watching something from fucking the Attitude Era or something on the network, because no other company would exist. I pray that New Japan this year has a great year, and I pray that more American fans become New Japan fans, more English fans become New Japan fans if they don't want the fucking world monopolized. What else? Also, I listened to the latest Wrestling Observer, and Dave Meltzer reported that 5,500 Americans alone signed up for New Japan World this week. That is incredible. That is brilliant. They made £55,000 or yen, 55,000 yen from this week alone. That's just from American subscribers. Imagine English subscribers, Mexican subscribers. You know, all those subscribers from around the world, New Japan subscribers. That is a good number. Now, if you're subscribed to New Japan, don't unsubscribe, because you're going to still get consistently great pro wrestling from them. So subscribe to them and stay subscribed to them. I really want New Japan this year to have a great year, and I'll be reviewing everything from New Japan. I'm doing, again, as I said, the New Japan New Year Dash review tomorrow. Speaking of WWE taking over the world, this is a really strange one. They announced that TNA wrestler Mark Andrews will be competing in the WWE UK tournament on the January the 14th and 15th next weekend. I'm there like, what the fuck has he been released? Is this a deal with WWE and TNA going on? I have no idea, and I don't like it. I really, really don't like it. So these are the participants. You got Mark Andrews, Trent Seven, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Wolfgang, the ICW World Champion, Tyson T-Bone, Tucker, Jordan Devlin, Roy Johnson, Joseph Connors from IPW. Great wrestler. I saw him on that IPW show. Check out my IPW UK review from a week ago. Hayes Dyer, Jack Stars, Sam Gradwell, James Drake, Dan Maloney, Chris Tyler, Saxon Huxley, Ringo Ryan, and Tiger Ali. So there's a decent lineup there. I think it'll be a good show. I'll be definitely watching the W United Kingdom. It upsets me that it's happening. I will refuse to support it. I'm being deadly serious. If the WWE come outside my doorstep, literally, they could do a show in my back garden, I would refuse to go to it. I don't want to give it money. Because in the end of the day, if I support it, I'm supporting the death of indie wrestling in my country, and I don't want it. I want there to still be Rev Pro, Progress, OTT Wrestling, all these great companies around. I don't want it to die. It's sad. Speaking of WWE, he's got a few more WWE talks. We'll go Chris Jericho. You guys know he's on the month-to-month deal with WWE. He's already started working on his new album for his jobber band Fozzy. I didn't mind. I think there is one song from Chris Jericho I like, and that is Lights Go Out. And that was I think it was a SummerSlam song back in 2013. I really like that song. And he did a cover of ABBA, which I really liked. But apart from that, I like Enemy. You're my enemy. Gone away. I can't remember the actual lyrics to it. I'm no fucking musician, so I'm not going to give up my day job. But yeah, apart from that, I think they're the only 3 songs I actually know of Fozzy. I don't know if he has more, but he obviously has more if he's touring. I don't give a shit about that, to be perfectly honest. What else have we got here? Goldberg. We'll finish up with Goldberg. Goldberg is working the Fastlane pay-per-view, apparently. He's got 13 dates before WrestleMania, and that includes 3 matches. One at the Royal Rumble. He's obviously in the Royal Rumble match, and a potential rematch with Brock Lesnar at Mania, or a title match. And also he's scheduled to wrestle at Fastlane. Who knows? Maybe they'll do the Brock versus Goldberg match at Fastlane, where Goldberg wins the Rumble. They'll do Goldberg versus Lesnar. The winner goes on to WrestleMania to fight for the championship. Maybe they'll do that. Either way, I couldn't give a fuck. Todd Grisham has announced that he will be joining the UFC broadcasting team. He'll be starting commentary on January the 15th at UFC Fight Night 103, which I might even cover on this channel. I don't know if anyone else is interested in mixed martial arts, however I am, and I'm very interested in mixed martial arts. I'm going to start covering it a lot more in the year of 2007. Also Dave Koco, he will be back full-time on this channel starting late January, early February. Once his internet is properly sorted in his apartment, he'll be joining us live from most shows, having his own Stump the Idiot shows. He'll be more regular on this channel. So until then, he's stuck with poor old me. I apologize about that, but my position on the channel will still be the same. I'll still be doing everything the same. You'll still get LK Live daily. You'll always get my Raw reviews. You always get my SmackDown. Whether I'm joined by Dave or not, you will always get me, so don't panic. There will still be those shows in your subscription boxes every time. And Dave Koco wanted me a nice message for you to read. He reads that his novel, Operation Freakshow, will be available from January the 5th, which is today, to January the 12th on a price countdown. The link for this is in the description, by the way. So it starts at 99 cents. This is for Americans only. I apologize. It's at 99 cents for the first day, going up to the full price in increments by the end of the special discount. He can only do this every 90 days. So this is your only chance for another 3 months to get access to this book. If you really want to support Dave and you want him on these shows more, buy that book. Buy it. I own the book. I bought it. I bought it from my friend Dave. Now, if I can buy it, you can buy it. And if you don't buy it, it's up to you, but I really recommend you to. And I actually enjoyed the book. And I put my hand on my heart. This isn't me kissing Dave's ass. I legit enjoyed this book. It's entertaining. It's kind of scary. But at the same time, it gets you emotionally, and I recommend you to get it. Got some live comments. Brandon Matthews says Pete Dunne should win. Now, when I laughed when I said Pete Dunne, because I got a text earlier from one of my friends who sent, why the fuck is Pete Dunne in the UK Championship tournament? Because when we went to Ref Pro, he really didn't enjoy Pete Dunne versus Ricochet. Imagine that. I really enjoyed it. He just didn't. He has a weird taste in pro wrestling. He enjoys like the old school world of sports stuff, so maybe he just doesn't like that. But when I watched it, I enjoy him. I don't think he'll win. I think Trent Seven should win. That's just my opinion. I think Trent Seven could win. Pete Dunne will probably win. Wolfgang might do far. He's the ICW World Champ. Maybe Mark Andrews would win. Who knows? But I'm excited for it. That was from Brandon Matthews. Dude Man 25 said, I'd love to see Naito and Omega feud over the IWGP heavyweight title. Wouldn't that be amazing? I guarantee you, actually, that will be next year's Wrestle Kingdom match. Heavy J says, before the end of the year, Omega will be champion. Also, is the money with Naito chasing the belt instead of being champion? I guess you could see that, because if the Japan fans are craving Naito, have him win the G1 this year, have Omega win the IWGP World title, then have Omega versus Naito at the Tokyo Dome. That's what I would do if I was in their shoes. So thank you for the live comments. I want to thank you all new subscribers to this channel. We have finally passed 7,000. We're up to 7,007. So we're now on the road to 8,000. I want to thank you all for watching these shows recently. We're doing some good numbers. I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure you stay safe. Buy Dave Koco's book. Check out KocoSports.net, your home for combat sports, pro wrestling news, and podcasts. So stay safe, stay well. From your host, LK. We'll be back in about 20 minutes or 10 to 20 minutes with a Lucha Underground review, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.